Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you all will be fine. Today, our topic is about the climate of India. For class 4th, subject SST. Climate of India. So, let's begin our lecture. Weather. Weather is the condition of the atmosphere of a place at a particular time. The condition of the atmosphere of a place at a particular time is weather. The weather of a place can change rapidly. It may be bright and sunny with the clear skin in the morning, while in the evening the sky may be covered with dark clouds. Weather of a place changes rapidly. You all might have seen sometimes in the morning the weather used to be clear and sunny, but in the evening the sky may be covered with dark clouds. Some days it may start raining in the morning, but the afternoon may be bright and sunny. आप लोगों ने खुद भी देखा होगा, कभी कभी हम जब उठते हैं सवेरे तो देखते हैं कि बहुत ज़्यादा धूप है. हम फिर जैसे जैसे दिन गुज़रता जाता है, शाम होती रहती है, इवनिंग तक आ जाते हैं तो बारिश हो जाती है, या कभी कभी सवेरे बारिश होती है और शाम तक फिर धूप निकल आती है, आफ्टरनून में धूप निकल आती है. दिस इज़ वेदर जो रैपिडली चेंज होता है. इवन घंटों में वेदर चेंज हो सकता है. एंड व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट इंडिया, as we all know that India is a vast country, so the climate is not uniform at all places. हर जगह क्लाइमेट एक जैसा नहीं है इंडिया में भी. Some areas are extremely cold while some are warm. Some regions get plenty of rainfall and some suffer from drought. Because India is a vast country, so the climate here is not uniform and it varies according to the geographic location of the place. The difference in climate depends upon the geographic location of the place, or we can say the climate varies according to the geographic location of the place, where the place is located. Accordingly, the climate of that place will be whether it will be cold, warm, depends where the place is located. So, the sunshine, clouds, rain, fog, frost, snow and wind are some of the elements which influence the climate of a place. Now, what's climate? Weather, I told you that weather is the condition of of atmosphere of a place at a particular time. Now, what's the climate? Climate is the average condition of the weather for a long period of time, prevailing at a particular place. The average condition of the weather for a long period of time prevailing at a particular place. This is climate. The climate of a place can be said to be cold in winter and hot in summer. Are you getting? Climate is the average condition of the weather for a long period of time. Weather is the condition of atmosphere of a place at a particular time. एक जगह का वेदर एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे कैसा है, एक जगह की कंडीशन एट अ पर्टिकुलर टाइम वो कैसा है, उसको हम वेदर कहते हैं. जबकि क्लाइमेट जो है इट्स फॉर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ, इट रिमेन्स फॉर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. जैसे हम लोग कहते हैं कि विंटर्स में सर्दियाँ होती है, तो सर्दियों का मौसम होता है. और समर्स में गर्मियाँ पड़ती है तो गर्मियों का मौसम, दैट्स द क्लाइमेट. कोल्ड और हॉट. ओके, बट वेदर कैन चेंज इन throughout a day. In the morning it might be sunny and up to afternoon it might be raining. That's weather. So now what's weather? What's difference between weather and climate? Weather is the condition of the atmosphere at a particular time and it can change rapidly. Whereas climate is the average condition of the weather for a long period of time prevailing at a particular place. Now, the four major factors that influence the climate of a country are its location, its physical features, the direction of the winds, and the distance from the sea coast. These are the factors which influence the climate of a country. These factors decide what type of climate a particular place have. So, the major factors that influence the climate of a country are its location, its physical features, the direction of the winds, and the distance from the sea. Then, as you know that mountains are colder than plains because of their height. Because temperature decreases as we go higher and higher. जितना हम ऊपर जाते हैं, ऊंचाई पे चढ़ते, टेम्परेचर उतना डिक्रीज होता जाता है. दैट्स वाई जो माउंटेन्स होते हैं, माउंटेनियस रीजन्स होते हैं, वहाँ का क्लाइमेट कोल्ड होता है एज कम्पेयर टू द प्लेन्स. The mountains are colder than plains because of their height, because the temperature decreases as we go higher and higher. Now talking about India, when we look, the northeast regions of India receive heavy rains due to the direction of monsoon winds. when the monsoon starts in India, the northeast regions receive heavy rainfall. Whereas there is no or little rainfall in the Thar Desert in the northwest of the country. Northeast regions get heavy rainfalls, whereas the northwest areas get little rains. Now, talking about the main seasons in India, we have three main seasons. That's summer, monsoon and winter. These are the three main seasons of India: summer, monsoon and winter. Now, summer is the hot season. It begins in the month of March and ends in June. May is the hottest month of the season. And you all know this, that during summers the days are longer and the nights are shorter. You all might have observed this thing, that the days are longer and the nights are shorter in summers. When we look at our country, the northern plains are the hottest regions of our country. The northern plains are the hottest regions of our country. During summer, the temperature may often rise to 49 degrees Celsius, which is very hot. The temperature may rise to 49 degrees Celsius. And during these times, hot and dry winds called loo blow. Hot and dry winds, which are called loo, also blows during this season. Thar Desert is the hottest region in India. Thar Desert is the hottest region in India, and the heat is unbearable during this summer season. And many people have died during these times. Because they can't bear this much heat or this much temperature, because temperature used to be very high during summers. So many people died. While as the southern part of India, though hot, but not hot as the northern region. I told you that northern plains are the hottest in the country. Southern part also is hot, but not as hot as the northern region, because this southern part is surrounded by water on all three sides. Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal surrounds this southern peninsula, because of which the temperature here is not so hot like the northern plains. Temperature on these areas varies around 29 to 30 degrees Celsius. And the winds that blows from the sea keeps the coastal areas cool. That's why these areas are not so hot. And the winds which are we can say the breeze that comes from the sea, people enjoy those sea breezes in the summers, which relieves them from the hotness. Then the next season is the monsoon. The rainy season starts in the middle of June and continues up to September. The season lasts for 3 or 4 months all over India. Monsoon is the rainy season which starts in the middle of June and continues up to September. During monsoon, the winds blow from the sea to the land, and those winds are moist and they are called moist winds, and they are seasonal. They are called southwest monsoon winds. They blow from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. Those winds, moist winds, blow from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. You can see here Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. As these winds blow from sea to land, which is the cause that the monsoons The monsoon winds which blow from the Arabian Sea cause heavy rains in the western coast. जो विंड्स अरेबियन सी से आ जाती हैं वो वेस्टर्न कोस्ट पे उसकी वजह से बारिशें होती हैं. एंड the monsoon winds which blow from the Bay of Bengal give rains to the northeastern region of the India. Northeastern region जो इंडिया का है, बे ऑफ बंगाल से जो विंड्स आते हैं वहाँ उसकी वजह से बारिश वहाँ पे होती है. जबकि अरेबियन सी से जो विंड्स आती है मॉनसून विंड्स उसकी वजह से जो है वेस्टर्न कोस्ट इंडिया के है. यू कैन सी हियर इन दिस पिक्चर the winds that blow from Arabian Sea cause heavy rains in western coast, and the winds which blow from Bay of Bengal give rain to the northeastern region of India. Then as the rainfall decreases as we move from west to east in the peninsular region. Because the effect of these monsoon winds decreases, that's why rainfall also decreases. The agriculture of India depends on the southwest monsoon. The harvest of crops is good if the monsoon rains are good. Sometimes the rainfall may be so heavy that it causes floods, leading to destruction of lives and crops. Sometimes the rainfall may be so heavy that it causes floods. During monsoon, when the rain continuously when it will be raining continuously for the day or two, it causes floods. And Cherrapunji in Meghalaya receives the highest rainfall in the country. Cherrapunji, it's a place in Meghalaya which receives the highest rainfall in the country. And the rainfall decreases as we move from east to west. When we move from east to west in the northern plains, the Thar Desert is the driest of our country. The monsoon rains is not distributed evenly across our country, or we can say the rainfall is distributed unevenly across the country. That's why some areas in India gets flooded during monsoon, whereas some areas suffer from drought. Some areas gets flooded during the monsoon, whereas some areas suffer from drought because the rainfall is not distributed evenly. As I earlier told you that Meghalaya receives the highest rainfall, whereas Thar Desert doesn't receive any rainfall, or sometimes a little rainfall. It receives a very little rainfall. Then moving towards the next season, which is winter. Winter is the coolest season. It begins in the month of October and ends in February. The coolest of all seasons is winter, which begins in the month of October and ends in February. During winters, we can see that most parts of the country So winter is the coolest season. It begins in the month of October and ends in February. Winter is very harsh in the Himalayan regions. Even the lower regions of Himalayas receive heavy snow during winters. The lower regions of Himalaya receive heavy snowfall during winters. And the temperature is very cold throughout the country during winters. You might have मतलब you all know that during winter in Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Shimla, Uttarakhand, or many other Ooty, etc., these areas receive heavy snowfalls. And other parts of India are also very cold during winters. Sometimes the temperature dips very low. So this was the winter season, which is the coolest of all the seasons. It begins in the month of October and ends in February. Then there is usually a gap of 1 or 2 months between the monsoon and the winter seasons. The rainy season gets over by the middle of September and the winter season starts around November. So 2 months gap is there between the rainy season and the winter season. And the gap, those 2 months gap is, we call it as autumn season. The short period between the monsoon and the winter is known as the autumn season. During this season, the climate is neither very hot nor very cold. The short period between the monsoon and the winter, it's called autumn season. And we all know that the winter season continues from the middle of November to the middle of February. Middle of November to the middle of February. December and January are the coolest months of the year. During winter, the nights are longer and the days are shorter. As I earlier told you that during summers, the nights are shorter and the days are longer. Here during winters, the nights are longer and the days are shorter. It's very cold in the northern India and the Thar Desert during the winter season. Northern India, I told you that Himalayan regions receive heavy rainfall during winters. And it's very cold in northern India and the Thar Desert during the winter season. During winter, even the low ranges of mountains are covered with snow. I told you earlier. The lower range of mountains are covered with snow. But the South Indian states such as Kerala and Tamil Nadu do not have the winter season. South Indian states, Kerala and Tamil Nadu do not have the winter season. The climate in these states is warm even in winter. These states remains warm even in winters. They don't have any winter season. These states don't have any winter season. The winter season remains warm there. During the winter season, the winds retreat into the sea. While retreating, they get filled with moisture. And these moisture-filled winds cause rainfall in the eastern coastal plains during the winter. And one thing I want to tell you that the eastern coastal plains are the only region, or is the only region in India which gets rains during winters. Otherwise, rest of the country gets rains during monsoon, but eastern coastal plains gets rain during the winter. And Tamil Nadu is the place which receives rainfall during winter because of northeast monsoon. The northwestern parts of Bay of Bengal receive cyclonic rains during this season. There are some places in India which receives rains during winters. Otherwise, rest of the country receives rains during monsoon. There is also a short period between winter and summer, which is called spring. A short period between winter and summer is called spring. The weather is very pleasant during this period. From the month of March, it starts getting warm again. So the cycle of season continues this way year after year. So, what's the climate of our country? So, it was about the climate of our country. And what we studied today, it was that weather is the condition of atmosphere at a particular time, whereas climate is the average condition of the weather for a long period of time. Weather can change rapidly. There are three main seasons in India. They are summer, monsoon, and winter. Summer starts from March to June. Monsoon starts from June to September. Then winter starts from November till Feb. And the short gaps between these monsoons are autumn and spring. And the climate of a place depends upon its geographic location. Its physical features, the direction of the winds, and the distance from the sea. sea coast. And when we talk about India, the climate is not uniform at all places. Some areas are extremely cold, while some are warm. Some areas get plenty of rainfall, whereas some areas suffer from drought. So this was all about the climate of India. See you in the next lecture. Till then, stay home, stay safe.